What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, what the world is listening to. I'm your host, The Hot Commodity Ant C, and you are checking out our Attitude Year Season 2, 1999 full year coverage of everything WWE in the Attitude Era. Our first season came out, we ended earlier on a couple months ago with December 1997 to the end, December 1998. All episodes, every pay-per-view is covered, so check that out in the archives. But right now, where we are in our timeline, we are 1 week away from WrestleMania. Pretty much WrestleMania is going to be this Sunday on pay-per-view. WWE Raw's War from March 22nd, 1999, live in Albany, New York. And we see Stone Cold Steve Austin arriving backstage, and a Coors Light beer driver asks Stone Cold for his autograph, so Stone Cold gives it to him. We then see WWE Champion The Rock, Vince McMahon, and European Champion Shane McMahon come out. Vince says it feels great to be in the ring with two champions who will walk into WrestleMania champions and walk out as champions. Shane says everyone knows I can take on X-Pac. In 6 days, it is going to be my honor to embarrass you. I can't wait that long. I'm challenging you to a Greenwich Street fight out here in Albany, New York. Vince says, Undertaker, you're going to be busy with the big boss man and others at WrestleMania. Undertaker and Stone Cold Steve Austin are conspiring together, and nothing will stop me from stopping them. Rock says, The Rock is focused. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock is going to go into Philly and end the career of the biggest piece of trailer park trash there is. There's no way Stone Cold Steve Austin will beat me. Then Stone Cold Steve Austin leaves while watching the monitor. Vince says to make sure Stone Cold is 6 feet under, The Rock will be the guest referee for Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Paul White tonight. Mankind comes out. Mankind says, "How about The Rock and I fight tonight?" And the winner becomes referee. I got Shawn Michaels to sign a contract agreeing to this match. Mankind leaves and Stone Cold comes out with a beer truck. Austin automatically sprays Vince McMahon, The Rock, and Shane McMahon with beer all over the ring. Vince is swimming like a fish, trying to get away from it. This segment is often showed all the time in the Attitude Era promos, and it definitely was huge at the time, and still is a good segment, and still is very funny seeing Austin spray them with the beer. We have the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line. The champions Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett with Debra taking on Edge and Gangrel with Christian. Jim Ross is at the JR's War frat party. That's pretty interesting to see what's going on there. Christian gets involved in the match, and Owen puts Edge in a sharpshooter. Public Enemy attack, and then Debra gets a bloodbath. Interesting to see Debra covered in blood. That match gets thrown out. We get the M&M Crispy Slam, which is the Road Dogg winning the Intercontinental title last week. We have the Intercontinental Champion Road Dogg taking on the Hardcore Champion. I'm sorry, the Hardcore Champion Road. Yes, the Intercontinental Champion Road Dogg taking on Hardcore Champion Billy Gunn. During the match, Al Snow and Hardcore Holly attack, and it just ends up being thrown out. The Legion of Doom attack Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe backstage after they mocked them last week. The Blue Meanie calls out Ken Shamrock. He calls out Ryan Shamrock. Sorry about that. Blue Meanie goes to spank Ryan, but Ken runs down. Goldust runs down, but Shamrock applies an ankle lock, but Meanie hits Ken Shamrock with a chair, and Ryan, Goldust, and Blue Meanie leave together. Goldust getting in the mind of Ken Shamrock. We get footage of the Cleavage House. We don't know much about this. We have the WWE Women's Champion Sable taking on Ivory with D'Lo Brown. During the match, Jacqueline and Terry come out. Terry slaps D'Lo, and Jacqueline trips Ivory, and Sable hits the Sable Bomb and defeats Ivory. After Tori runs in, but Sable attacks Tori, but Tori attacks back. So WrestleMania 15 is going to be interesting between the two. WWE Champion The Rock taking on Mankind is up next. And during the match, Mankind hits a double arm DDT. And then Paul White chokeslam Mankind. The referee sees it, and Mankind gets the win by disqualification. Kane comes out to take on Goldust up next, but it's Triple H dressed as Goldust, and Triple H blows Kane with a flamethrower, and he stomps away at Kane. And now, not only did China get attacked with fire, Kane did as well. Hardcore Holly and Steve Williams fight in a dorm room for the JR's War Party. We see the TV Guide WrestleMania edition. Shane McMahon and X-Pac fight outside until the Mean Street Posse attack X-Pac, and Shane drives off in a limo. So that was their way of getting to X-Pac right before Mania. We have the Acolytes and the Undertaker with Paul Bearer taking on the Big Boss Man, Test, and Ken Shamrock. All 6-men brawl. They brawl in the crowd. And that's pretty much the end of the match. Nothing happens there after that. Vince McMahon comes out. He says there is no chance in hell that Stone Cold Steve Austin will leave WrestleMania as champion. And then we have our main event, Paul White taking on Stone Cold Steve Austin, with the referee being Mankind. This match was kind of boring, not a lot of action here. But the end comes when Austin nails Paul White with chair shots, hits a stunner, and gets a 3-count victory after Austin and The Rock brawl. And The Rock nails a rock bottom to Stone Cold Steve Austin to end Raw's War. With that, I'm so excited for WrestleMania 15. It's going to be a great night. One of my favorite WrestleManias. So I'm excited to cover it. And I hope you guys will be listening for that. Stay safe and stay uncensored.